match within themselves, and I was asked to bat. The match started at 8:30 in the morning, Wankhede Stadium, and in opposition we had Raju Kulkarni, who's regarded as
my neighbor, my next door neighbor,
one of the fastest bowlers in India. I mean, he could be sharp, and I walked into bat with my under 15 cap. So Raju really got worked up and he started bowling me bouncers. And I kept leaving for 3-4 hours. I left bouncers, and he got really wild. And he was telling the other senior players that, what does he think of himself? He's walked in without helmet. He doesn't know this is not school cricket. But how do I tell him that there is no helmet in my kit bag? Otherwise I would have worn a helmet. All I had was under 15 cap. So, I had no choice. And that was the only time that I batted without helmet. But, also at international level, I batted occasionally without helmet. But we were playing an exhibition game. And I clearly remember Gavaskar was bowling to Ravi Shastri. And Ravi asked for a flighted delivery. He said, okay, this is an exhibition game, let me hit a 6 and entertain the crowd. And he ended up bowling a full toss, which hit Ravi's top edge straight onto his eye. And there were stitches below his eye. And I said, from now on, I'm always going to wear a helmet. I can't afford to lose my eye. And I think that is a wise decision that I made, because unfortunately, we were playing in Bangladesh, and our wicketkeeper, for his no fault, Sabah Karim, got hit on his eye because the ball came off the batsman's pads and hit his eye, and he lost his eye. So I don't think there should be a reason time has changed. I think I've made a wise decision, and I would advise everyone sitting here to please wear a helmet so that you don't regret.
Sachin, since we are talking about helmet and fast bowlers, I would just like to ask you one question. Who is more fearsome, an enraged fast bowler or an upset wife? You can't wear a helmet at home.
You already got me in trouble here. Well, I'm away from home, so I can say an upset wife.
Sunil?
Yes, I think anytime. An enraged fast bowler, you can always duck and sway. An upset wife, you can't avoid. You can wear the greatest of protection. Can't help. Sunil, I remember Papu, and I've watched the DVD of it here. I remember last year, Papu and Ajit had organized a function for you, which was your celebrations. And I saw a clip by Sandeep Patil which said a fantastic thing about Vishwanath and you. That if we compare Sunil with Lata Mangeshkar, then Vishwanath was like Asha Bhosle. And he's as dear to us as you are. But he's quite sort of a person we never see on television. I want you to share a very funny story about him, or whatever you have to say about Vishwanath.
Well, in my view, he was in the 70s and 80s the best batsman that I had seen, because he had the ability to score of perfectly good deliveries. And I think that again Sachin's got, Virender has. Now this is a special talent. Most of us can only defend a good ball, but guys like Sachin, Vishy, they could hit a boundary. They had different shots. We had only one shot, that is defend the ball. But I think that's the reason why he was so difficult to bowl to. And I think he was probably one of the funniest guys in the dressing room. He had a very dry sense of humor, great sense of repartee, and he was always, he and Madan Lal, two guys in the Indian dressing room who would always liven things up with with a crack, something they would say, and lift the spirits in the dressing room. He and I mean, he, as you know, is my brother-in-law. He's married my younger sister. So, like Sachin has just advised all of you, to all the youngsters, young cricketers here, to wear a helmet. I just want to advise all of you who have sisters, don't invite cricketers to your home for dinner. No, seriously, I think they are very happy. So nothing of the sort. But we always used to have this business about who was shorter between the two of us. And over here, luckily, I mean, the only way that we could find out, once I asked Tony Gregg to tell us, but Tony Gregg had to kneel down to try and find out, and even then he could not make out. I had slightly thicker hair that time, so I had a little bit of an advantage, thicker hair. Vishy didn't have thicker hair, so I had a bit of an advantage. But the one way that I would say to Vishy that, look, I am a little bit taller than you, was when we used to go to somebody's house for a meal, and you sat on a sofa, and if he sat opposite you, you could say, look, my feet are touching the floor, your feet are not touching the floor. So I'm taller than you. There was also an instance in 1971, my first trip with the Indian team. That time, the clothing given to us was pretty, sort of chalta hai kind of thing. Now they have some, really stylish, cricket clothes also, not just the blazers and all that. And so the trousers and shirts for everybody shrunk. So we had a situation where eventually some of these, the taller guys like Salim Durrani and all, they had to go and buy new clothes. But the shorter guys like me, I mean, I was wearing Salim Durrani's because it had shrunk so much. And when my trousers shrunk, it fitted Vishwanath perfectly.
The advantage is to be short. All great people were short. Lata